Done 110 k's on it the other day, but I just want to spit you off. Right guys, so this is the Razor Gen 1 build. That was a old battered up mx350 and a old scooter. Now we've turned it into somewhat of a little bit of a weapon. It's took a lot of time and effort, but yeah, the end result's pretty cool. And so we'll talk through what we have. So we have the wheels. These are the scooter wheels and the scooter forks. It's also running the brakes that came on the moped itself, and that takes you onto the hub. So the rear hub is was a 60 volt scooter, but I've ran that now at 18 kilowatt. I've cleaned it all up, I've drilled it out just to let the heat out, just so it can be used on high speed runs. Now we move up to the swing arm. That is a stock swing arm. I had to widen it just by manipulation, and then I had to weld in these dropouts and torque arms off the scooter, and then welded in extra plate around here so that the bike can now take the extra torque that is getting delivered through it due to the upgraded controller. So then we moved to the stock frame, which ended there. And then which ended there. Standard, it would come across straight, so we dropped that and put in some tube bends, and I put an extra stiffener in there just for safety and extra rigidity. This part of the bike was actually an old dog bed, so yeah, everything here has been recycled and reused. This battery is out of my Suron. It is a 72 volt 40H moly cell pack, an old school light speed one. I'm using the old breakout of my Suron, but I deleted when I went to the QS8s just for to turn it on and off. And then we come round. I did buy brakes new. Well, just the reservoirs themselves and the levers, because I needed something decent. And then we have the controller here, which is a 4-driver controller. That one was a few of them that I've had for other builds, but yeah, that's new, so I did have to buy that as well. Everything else there was off the scooter, some old mountain bike handlebars. I had to modify the stem tube in here to suit the actual scooter forks, but yeah, that worked out fairly well. And then if you come around this side, so because I wanted to run the phase wires out so they would look cool, I ran them up with the controller. Now these phase wires are no longer than they were stock on this hub anyway. I just put bigger wires in. So yeah, that's just how it was basically anyway, lengthwise. With the rear shock, I also used a spring out of the bigger bike, the MX. So that's a heavier rated spring than the standard one that was in these bikes, the 350s. And then I continued to use the foot pegs that came with it. Yeah, I made up a little brace shaft welded to the frame just to house the battery, to clip it in. But yeah, anyway, you'll be able to strap any kind of battery in there. And then we moved down to this drag arm. So this was the final part of the puzzle, because I didn't expect it to be so crazy, but it ended up being a little bit nasty. So I thought, oh, I'll just build a drag arm as well. So yeah, it will move with the suspension, because I still want it to wheelie a little bit so it's fun. But yeah, it's not exactly one that would be tuned. It is just the one that, well, I've made spacers in it so you can slightly tune it. But yeah, it's just really just a little cool extra factor on this bike. It's running 18 kilowatts at the minute, but we'll get some speed testing in it today. I even used on the back here the old suspension bolts out of an mx350 that I modified in the past. They fit in perfect. And then these wheels here are skateboard wheels off my neighbour's skateboard. So everything here is being recycled as much as possible to kind of still use the stock parts and what was around there, just like scrap metal I've got lying around and everything, just to try and show everybody that you can build something that is really cool, different, on a budget. If you do put the time, effort and skill into it, it's definitely achievable. So you do not need to spend thousands and thousands of dollars on upgrades if you've got a welder. Most of these welds on here are done with a gasless welder, the grinder, that cheap gasless welder there. This cheap gasless welder is what I used, absolutely ancient. Grinder, and yeah, that's it, basics. Gloves, basic PPE, and then that's it. It's basically fairly simple. I did use the mill there, the lathe, sorry. I used the lathe to make a few bushes that I needed, but you could possibly just buy them. But yeah, that's what's going on there. So yeah, that is it. The Raging Bull, as it sits. You come here, buddy, shove them down the frame like that so everybody can see the nice clean lines of the framework. And then the actual bar itself and from the back. Yeah, everything's kept as streamlined as possible to try and keep some nice flow with the bike. And then yeah, everything just slots on perfect, was like it was designed, which is how they should really be when you build a bike. There you go. I'll bolt that back on now, and then we'll probably get it in the street later on and give it a test run. But that's it. The Raging Bull.
Won it.